She won 2 Nobel Prizes in completely different scientific fields, physics and chemistry. Most people hear that and say one word, genius. But what if I told you that her genius wasn't talent? It was a system that you can copy. Marie Curie didn't rely on luck. She didn't wait for inspiration. She built a machine for learning. And today I'm going to show you exactly how it worked. If you love mastering difficult ideas, this video might change the way that you learn forever. Let's break down the 5 study habits that turned Marie Curie into a legend. Habit 1. The obsession with why. Most students memorize. Marie Curie investigated. When scientists discovered that a strange mineral was more radioactive than expected, they wrote it down and moved on. Curie didn't move on. She asked one question: why? This simple question led to the discovery of 2 new elements, polonium and radium. Here's the difference between average learners and elite learners. Average learners ask, what is this? Elite learners ask, why does this exist? So here's your challenge. For everything you study, ask why at least 3 times. Why does this formula work? What is the rule? Why did history unfold this way? When you chase why, your brain stops storing information and starts building understanding. Understanding is permanent. Memorization fades. Habit 2. Ruthless consistency. Curie didn't just think deeply. She worked relentlessly. To isolate radium, she processed literally tons of rock. As a student, she survived on bread and tea. She was poor, she fainted from hunger, and still graduated first in her class. This isn't about suffering. It's about standards. Elite learners do not negotiate with their schedule, so build this rule. Set a daily minimum, not a huge goal, a non-negotiable one. 45 minutes of pure focus. 3 difficult problems solved, 1 page of active recall. Track your streak on a calendar because consistency beats motivation every single time. Habit 3. Treat your brain like a lab. Curie didn't just have ideas, she tested them. She even coined the term radioactivity and dedicated her life to measuring it with precision. She didn't assume she was right, she proved it. How do you apply that in today's world? Before studying, make a prediction. I'm probably weak at thermodynamics. I still don't understand organic chemistry reactions. Then test it. Do a 10-minute diagnostic. Where did you struggle? What exact concept broke down? When you do this, you stop being a passive student. You become a scientist, studying your own brain, and that's powerful. Habit 4. Precision over vagueness. For Curie, kind of understanding was dangerous. Her notebooks were meticulous. Numbered pages, exact measurements, detailed diagrams, not messy summaries. Precision creates breakthroughs. So try this. For every major topic, create a clarity sheet. 1 page, 3 things. A 1-sentence definition, 1 perfect real example, 1 common mistake students make. If you can't define something clearly in 1 sentence, you do not understand it. Habit 5. The lab notebook method. Marie Curie's notebooks were so detailed. She separated notebooks for research, reflections, and even her children's development. Why? Because writing clears mental bandwidth. So here's your upgrade. After every study session, write 4 things. What did I study? What did I get wrong? Why did I get it wrong? What will I do differently next time? This turns mistakes into data, and data builds improvement. Without reflection, you repeat errors. With reflection, you evolve. Let's recap. Curiosity beyond memorization. Consistency without negotiation. Learning like a scientist. Demanding precision. Writing everything down. Marie Curie proves something powerful. Genius isn't a gift. It's a system. It's what happens when you repeatedly confront what you don't know and refuse to look away. If you love studying, don't chase motivation. Build mechanisms and let them work for you. This is Studying with Susie, and I'll see you in the next.